I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hello everyone's. I am here for Empire Season 5 Episode 8. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're one of my people, one of my family members, welcome back. So last time on Empire was a lot. Cookie found out that Jamala and Kai are engaged. Hakeem decide I'm not going to be doing no more diss tracks against Blake because that'll make me a little bit of money. But then in 2 weeks, y'all going to be turning on my family. I got 2 kids and a wife to take care of. That's just stupid. Andre, he's helping that young man get out of prison by having somebody else take the fall for that crime. And got what said young man's mama. Cookie and Carol, they decide something wrong with Candace. She's walking around with yet another bruise on her. Her husband came over, seeming a little bit suspicious. We need to go check on her. We haven't heard from her in a few days. They get over there, find her son choking all of the life out of her. He choked his mama out, hit his mama a few times, hit Cookie, hit Carol, had Carol and Candace locked in the doggone closet. Cookie calls the police, and when Candace gets out of the closet with her eye looking like Sophia from The Color Purple, mad at Cookie because Cookie called the police. Well, police need to be called because your son almost killed you, me, and the other sister. So I'm going to need you to pump your brakes and get your hands off me. That was the end of last episode. Getting on to this episode. Lucius, he's in the bathroom washing his hands. Blood everywhere, t-shirt in the corner, blood all over that. Cookie coming in like he in surgery, he all right for right now, but where did all this blood come from? Is that blood? What is going on, Lucius? But seeing as how Cookie from the street, she should not be asking questions like, okay, I guess she could ask a question and be like, the police like, I don't know what's going on, but I want to know, who did he beat down or who did he kill and whose blood is that? Like, what is going on? I was kind of sort of thinking it was Kingsley, like he didn't had his last straw with Kingsley, like, dude, you didn't did too much. I was like, I wasn't for sure, but I know that he was looking very suspicious, like that amount of blood did not just come because you was opening up a letter and you got a paper cut. You hurt somebody. Cookie is calling Candace because she's worried. Like, I want to know how Franklin's doing. I want to know how you doing. I'm sorry that I had to call the police. But she's feeling guilty. Like, she don't want to get the police involved. But at this point, Franklin needed help. I don't know what Candace was doing before other than just getting beat down by her son that was helping him out. Was he going to some type of therapist, some type of psychiatrist? Was he on any type of medication? Did he stop his medication? Like, what was her process? What was her steps? What was she doing to, make sure that he wasn't acting like this? I know with people with mental issues, sometimes they don't want to take your medicine and you have to deal with that effect. So I don't know if it's like she was just, okay, when he's angry, he just gonna beat on me and we just gonna go about our business. But that's not the way of going out things. Like, he needs to get help. And I think calling the police, was the way to get help. I mean, I don't know if he had like a mental institute he's been to before, that where she could have called and they could have came out and got him and like, okay, we just gonna have him in till he get his medicines, on track. Like, I don't know what she was doing, but like just letting him beat on you and almost choke all of the life out of your body, I don't think that was the steps we should have been taking. Like, the daddy, when the daddy came over the last episode, it was like he knew what was going on, but he wasn't saying what was going on. And Candace strikes me as the kind of person is, I'm going to make it seem like I have this perfect life on the outside while everything inside my house is like a complete and utter mess. But I just want to know, what was she doing to help her son besides just being a punching bag for him? Like, he obviously needed help, and I was hoping that the police being called, he would have got the help he needed. It's like, okay, he has mental issues. We need to take him to a mental institute and not jail. Kingsley goes into the meeting and lets everybody know we're shelving everything Lucius Lyon. If he had cups out there, the Lucius Lyon mugs, they are off the shelf. All movies, all albums, all t-shirt, all liquor, anything that is associated with Lucious Lyon is going off the shelf, and everybody's looking like that seems like a stupid idea, and you've been making stupid ideas thus far, like what's going on, dude? And one dude was like, I think somebody else did that to where, okay, everything's going off. But, like, mind you, he didn't tell the press yet. It's like, just the people in the room know. But, like, he fires this dude because this dude stated his opinion. Was like, I think Disney or somebody, he said, did something like that to where, they was like, okay, everything's going. So people was, like, running around in droves to get that certain product. But he was talking about I'm going to Disneyland, for spring break with my kids. He's like, how you going to do that when you're unemployed? You were fired. It's like, what did I do? He said you was talking when you should have been listening. Like, everybody's looking like, okay, we can just get fired for stating our opinions. But the thing is, Becky goes over there to tell Lucious and Cookie that Kingsley has shelved his whole catalog. Everything Lucious Lyon is now off the shelf, will not be making any money. And this is how they was like keeping afloat just a little bit, like that the residuals from everything was keeping him afloat. But I was like, I thought Lucious like owned all his catalogs and stuff. I don't know if he lost it somehow when he lost Empire, but I would just assume that you was the owner of Empire and you should own your whole catalog and it shouldn't be able to be taken away from you. I don't know the business like that, but I just thought like when like on that movie Ray, when he said he wanted, I forgot what it was called, and he's like he wanted to own the rights to something. Like, I thought that was like, I thought Lucious owned his catalog. But come to find out he don't even own that. And what he was making from that, Kingsley is now like put that on the shelf. Now Giselle and Becky's looking like, okay, there's something else to this and we need to find out what this is. Because now we saw Kingsley and Lucious had like bygones be bygones, but he went over there and seen how Lucious was with his family and he wasn't a part of it, and now he mad. Cookie and Lucious have like a small argument, and she goes to the bar where she meets Avon Barksdale. I do not know his name on the show, and I'm going to continue to call him Avon Barksdale because I loved him in The Wire, even though he was a drug dealer and doing all kind of messed things. I loved his character. I know it was wrong, but I'm going to continue to call him Avon Barksdale. She's sitting there minding her business, and this is I was like, I think he is like setting something up so he can get pictures of him and Cookie together to where it looks like it's something when it's not. But she's sitting up there minding her business, having her drink, and he comes up talking about the drummer is overdoing it, but you can tell this dude over there is doing it right. And she's like, okay, is that your pickup line? But I want to let you know that I'm married and I have a husband, okay? It's like, if I'm wrong, then you can buy me my next drink. So, okay, she gets a drink, get a drink for him. She gets in the elevator. He gets in the elevator. The elevator messes up while they both on there. I'm like, see, I'm a very suspicious person. I am third generation suspicious. Me, my mama, and my grandma, we are all suspicious women. Like, the first time he came up, okay, now you hopping on the elevator and you talking and you all, I'm claustrophobic, and bam, this necklace pops out. I ain't got my jacket on because I'm claustrophobic. I was like, this seems like a setup. I don't know what the setup is, but it seems very setup-ish. Now, I was kind of sort of thinking, like, what if he is like Cookie's ex-boyfriend and she had left to be with Lucious? Maybe he's like out for revenge after all these years. I don't know, but I just know this on Empire, I don't trust him. Loved him on The Wire, loved him in general, but him on here, him being on here, I'm just very suspicious of. Kai is upset that Jamal announced their engagement to the world. Like, I spent 10 years of my life establishing myself as a respectful journalist, and everything turns upside down because you want to get on the TV and tell everybody that we're engaged. I lost 2 of my sources behind this, and that old messed up editor of mine was joking like I should go over there and move to an entertainment desk since I'm marrying a pop star. You don't know what this is doing to my life. And I'm like, how was he supposed to know? He in love, y'all engaged. He want to tell the world that y'all engaged. But now you looking at it, what's doing in your career? Like, how you, he's like, oh, so since I'm a pop star, as you call me, like I'm like beneath you as you being a journalist? Or is that what you saying? Really? Like, how was I supposed to know me professing my love and us being engaged to the world was gonna hurt your career? I'm sorry. I thought we was in love and we was telling folks, but my bad. He didn't say that, but he should have. I'm going to paraphrase this whole conversation between Becky and Giselle. It goes a little something like this. Giselle walks in the room and Becky's basically like, Kingsley is tripping. You need to go tell your boy that he made a mistake in his CEO, okay? She's like, what am I supposed to tell him, that his handpicked CEO was quirky? I don't care about quirky. All I know is I ran this company. I did not turn my back on Lucius and Cookie to watch this whole empire crumble to the ground. I will not. I built this. Me, Becky, whatever my last name is, this is what I did. She's like, okay, girl, you just gotta be quiet, because he was making a point that everybody can get fired up in here when he did that to old boy at that meeting. So, girl, just come back to sit back and chill. You know, she's like, oh, so now we sitting back and chill. We not making moves out of here no more. She didn't say that. Well, she did say that, but she should have said more like, oh, I thought we was out here making moves out here. So now we just sitting back? No. We not sitting back. We're supposed to be making moves. But I got my eye on you, because you up to something, girl. You need to tell your boy that this new CEO is making stupid moves. We are losing millions of dollars because of him. It's already, he wants to go by the data and not like a musical talent. He want the computer to tell him what to do. But in all actuality, people made the computers to tell it what to do, to tell us what to do. So you need to handle this right quick, girl. That's what I'm paraphrasing, how that whole scene went on. Cookie goes to see Candace to figure out how's Franklin doing, when is Franklin gonna come home, and she tells Cookie there's no telling when or if Franklin's gonna come home. He was just having one of his episodes. It was gonna blow over. She was like, he was about to kill you. It wasn't gonna blow over. You was close to death, girl. I seen as your soul was almost leaving your body. It was not good. It's only okay if he hit you. Jackie said that on What's Love Got to Do with It. It's only all right if he's hitting on you. Once he's hitting on me, it's no longer fine, and the police will get called. I agree with that. But she was like, he could have killed you. Have you ever called the police on Andre? She was like, no, because that's different. He's never done that. Like, oh, I apologize. I never should have compared my sweet boy to that murderous convict. I was like, oh, so we going there right now? Murderous convict? Okay. I mean, yes, Andre was responsible for Anika dying. Death was not supposed to happen. This just happened. Like, she was just supposed to go crazy a little bit. Her falling over and dying was not supposed to happen. That was just icing on the cake. That's how, Andre felt. But anyway, she said, my son is strapped to a bed being pumped with medicine, and he doesn't even recognize me. All he does is just sit there and drool. I'm like, okay, so you look like you got a little bit of money where you can get him in the right, facility, or they can, get his medication under control, and we need to figure out, I don't know what his mental issue is, but if, we can get Andre to, be sort of kind of under control, maybe we can get, Andre wasn't out here choking out Cookie and, kicking aunties in the side and all that other stuff, but like, you look like you got a little bit of money, and I'm hoping that you can get him into like a paid facility to where they can get his medication under control. He can see a therapist. But you shading Andre like that was totally unnecessary. Like, yeah, he did kill Anika, and he went to jail for killing Anika, but he wasn't trying to kill Anika. Your son was trying to kill you. Giselle, being the smart woman that she is, knows that something is deeper than this whole feud with Lucius and Kingsley. Like, it's just not you just want to you doing this because okay I'm the new boss, because Lucius had went over there and King was like, I'm going to destroy you to where nobody's going to remember you. He's like, that seems personal, that doesn't seem business. So Giselle hires a private investigator, and we found out that Kingsley's mama was from the suburbs and she wanted to be free during the weekend, and she started going to Philly. Well, once she was in Philly, she started getting on drugs, and Lucius was her drug dealer, and I guess they was going together, kind of, sort of, or she didn't have no money for drugs and they had sex so she can get the drugs. But either way, she ended up pregnant and Lucius is the pappy. So she's like, okay, this all makes sense. He's scorned because his daddy wasn't in his life, and then his daddy went on to have another family and have more kids, and left that woman in jail for 17 years, got with somebody else. They get back together later, but I was just left by my lonesome. But she's like, yes, his mama is still alive, but she stays sedated most of the time. She's like, you weren't supposed to follow him. I didn't follow him. I put a tracker in his car, and that's how I found out. Here's the information you need. Do with it what you please. So Giselle does that. She goes to Kingsley's mama's room, and she's just sitting there chilling, just waiting for him to show up. And he was like, what you doing in my mama's room? She's like, I know Lucius is your daddy. I know your mom used to be on drugs. We're not here to talk about the past and your daddy issues. We're here to talk about the present. And I'm like, girl, you gonna end up stinking somewhere. Because Kingsley don't look like he got it all right in his head. He be having these looks that be worrying me. It's kind of like the looks that Andre used to have before he got his med stabilized. That's the look I be getting for Kingsley. So, girl, you better be careful. You're going to end up stinking somewhere. So, Thirsty and Becky meet up. He's like, look here, I need your help. You clearly know that Kingsley ain't right. He trying to do all these extra moves. So, I need you to put this little USB thing. I need you to doggone it. Get all his information on his computer, on this, and bring it to the family, okay? It's just like, there's only 5 members in the Lion family. Lucius, Cookie, Andre, Jamal, and Hakeem. We not family, but he kind of like coerced her into doing it, which I'm starting to think like, did she actually do it? Because she goes in there to get all the information, but then like Kingsley pops up and she was like, I'm here for my bonus. I didn't get my bonus, trying to play it off. And he was like, girl, I appreciate you for standing by me and not going over there to Lucius. So you gonna get a huge bonus and you gonna get a couple of more zeros in your check each week. And she was like, for real? Okay. So I'm like, so did she get the right information? Is she backstabbing Lucius and them? Or is she like, okay, I'ma still take this check, this new check, this big check, and I'm also gonna get her information to Lucius and them? Because Andre's looking at it, and it looks like that Empire has a new source of income from the United States government, and it looks like he's selling the customers' data. It's like we can, we as Lions, we can't put it out there because it's personal gain for us. But it looks like Empire customers are being tracked in real time, and everything that they do, like they own social media, they own FaceTime, everything they're doing, the government can see what they're doing. And the majority of the people who are Empire customers are minorities. So the government has got to have firsthand, know what they're doing at that right moment. So we can't do it, so we need to get a news source, or we gonna need somebody to put this out there. And who else to do it but Kyle, you almost family. So he said he's gonna look into it, to see where everything leads to, and if it looks like it leads to some shady mess, I'll put it out there, because we almost family. Jamal said you don't have to do that, boo, this ain't really none of your concern. But he said he gonna look into it. He didn't just okay, you got this information, it says this, okay, I'm gonna go straight to the editing board. No, he's like, he gonna look into it. He gonna call some people who know some people who know some people who know some people. Y'all, the last 5 minutes had me shook. This Candace comes over basically look here, you ruined my family, so I'm only here to do what is best and to return the favor. Look here, Lucius, Cookie got this condo that's worth millions just sitting there, and she didn't tell you anything about it. Okay, here's all the paperwork. See you later, sis. Don't mess with me. And she kind of shimmies off. But anyway, Lucius mad because he did everything he could, was robbing and stealing. Well, robbing and stealing is the same thing, but he was robbing folks, beating up folks, doing everything he can to keep them afloat. He even mortgaged the house. He gets mad. He gets to ripping up the little painting on the wall. She's upset, but he's like, this is fake. I had to sell the painting to get the money, and you just got this sitting over there. It's just like, it's not that I don't trust you, is I don't trust you with whatever reason. These two was arguing. Next thing you know, Hakeem and Tiana are arguing because Blake was like, well, I was over at your girl's house while you wasn't there, and basically like, you know, we was kind of kicking it, but not really kicking it, but I'm gonna make it look like we kicking it. So Tiana's like, I'm taking my kids and I'm leaving. You not Bella's mama. I might as well be Bella's mama. I've been taking care of her since she was a baby, and she calls me mama. She didn't know Anika. They arguing. Lucius and Cookie arguing. Bella comes up with his gun in his hand. I was like, oh Lord, nothing better not happen to that baby, and it better not happen to that baby in that stroller. So she's like, da pow pow pow, and everybody's looking like, okay, we can't move too fast or she gonna shoot somebody. And next thing you know, she puts the gun up to her neck, and I screamed. Woke up my husband for a minute because he didn't know what was going on. And I was like, oh my goodness, please don't tell me this is what happened. This is why she got blood. Like, my mind was going everywhere. I'm like, see, I can't handle this. No, we not finna to have Bella accidentally shoot herself. See, Hakeem, this is what we talking about. You running around here with these guns. When you supposed to be putting these guns away? Why is it that Bella got access to this gun? Why wasn't it put safely away in a lockbox? Because I'm tired of hearing about these. I'm upset with every time I turn around, some child and got somebody's gun and either shot and killed themselves or shot and killed somebody else. Y'all, I was over here like, oh my goodness, I yelled and everything. Child. But see, that was the just. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. If you already been here a few times and you already subscribed, that means you one of my people. You part of the family over here. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.